purpose of doing a video at this point is, but I'm going to start videoing instead of writing stuff down. There's a purpose for it. And so I just wanted to document this because this is the closet. I'm sitting in my closet in my house on Kelly Sandor in Temecula. And I've been here 4 years, and for many years it's been a prayer closet, the deepest corner of the house where I can go and be quiet and private and close the doors and feel safe because it's a closet. And even in biblical prayers, it says, go into your closet and pray to God in secret. And so this closet is just filled with so much prayer energy. And I wanted to just record a video in here. I'm about to embark on an entirely new life at the age of 59. So as of this recording, it is a week and a half away from my 59th birthday. I recently, about a month or so, about 6 weeks ago, moved mom and dad into an assisted living for their safety and for all of our benefit. I've had some old traumas resurface and have now know that I need to go out and I need to be on a healing journey. I need to transform my own universe. And I'm a writer. I've always been a writer. And I had this epiphany about what I was going to do with all of my belongings. So I wanted to just share some. It is early in the morning right here. And as you can tell, I'm not wearing a lot of makeup. I wanted to accomplish this because ever since I moved mom and dad out, my entire everyday schedule has been about sorting, sifting, purging, tossing, selling, organizing, deciding to save or toss or what was important or giving away. Literally, I have been deconstructing my entire life. And I've been down this path of a lot of revelations. And I wanted just to document my healing journey process. I'm a writer. I always have been a writer, and every spiritual calling I have ever experienced has always been about write. And at this juncture in my life, in my career, I can honestly say I have been doing that. I have written my Kelly Orchard's Apple a Day, which is a short and brief 60-second message, like a daily devotional. And I've published them into books, and it's an audio format. It's a podcast. It's playing on radio. And honestly, no, I'm not making any money at it, though. But I am a writer. And I wrote my book, Heart Lessons, which is using journal entries to describe and define what was going on with me when I suffered from heart failure in 2006 and I had to have multiple procedures and a lot of medication, a pacemaker, and have my heart rewired. And I had been journaling the whole time that it was going on, and it made for great material for a self-help book called Heart Lessons. And my sixth book is actually at this point, as I'm making this recording, totally ready to be published. And it's How to Be Licensed to Be Badass, flipping the format on your fear of failure. And basically, when being badass isn't enough, you got to get licensed. And it's all about the journey to becoming certifiably badass. I wanted to just document was a project that as I go out and heal and as I go out and set new intentions to learn and explore and experience different methods and things that I'm interested in, I'm going to be documenting that. But I'm a journaler. I've kept a journal since I was 15. And even before that, I was writing poems. I think I started writing poems at the age of 13. And in eighth grade, I actually wrote a book. And it was just all in a format of handwriting in a spiral notebook that I would write a chapter in my English class or history class or whatever. I'd sit there and copiously write. And then I would hand it to my friend who would read it in her next class and then come back to me with feedback. And so I just continued to write this little book when I was 13. I still have it. But when I was 15 and I started high school, 10th grade, in those days, we had to choose a major at our high school. And so I chose English as a major because I thought I was a writer. And so I had a lot of English related classes, literature, journalism, creative writing, etc. And so in one creative writing class, the instructor said, if you want to be a writer, then you need to just start writing, just write. And so that year I asked for a journal for Christmas when I was 15. That's 1979. And so I have been keeping a journal all those years. There's a very brief period of time where I was not writing. And that was during my marriage to my kid's dad in the earliest years of our marriage. And frankly, I stopped writing probably because I was on a downward spiral of self-destruction. I wasn't in a happy marriage and probably didn't want to own it. And my husband, who's now my ex-husband, would mock me and ridicule me for writing in my journal. So I stopped. But it wasn't until I started journaling again that I started to actually see what was really happening in my life. So I'm a big time proponent of journaling your thoughts and feelings for healing purposes, for recognition, for validation, for these revelations that we really don't know that's inside of us, and also to purge and release the sadness, the anger, the angst that you're feeling. Journaling is just free writing is just the awesome tool for us humans. I wanted just to share this. Now, these are all this. Here's my strategy, my plan. So I am moving out of my house and selling everything I own, and I have purchased a travel trailer that I'm going to be working and living remotely. And I do have a plan of where I'm going, and I'll be sharing it along the way, what is happening. But first things first, I have to downsize everything that I own. And I have always wondered why I was so compelled to write, and I have more answers now about the writing. But writing self-help books and articles for the radio business or for psychology or mental health was really never what I set my intentions to do or what I felt I was going to be really successful at. But writing fiction, but always with a positive message, stories that heal your heart. And that is where my focus and intention is now, is writing my books. I do have I'll show that later to you, but I wanted to show you the journals, or wanted to record the journals, because initially I had always just thought I would just hand these journals off to my daughters when I die, let them have them and do with them what they will. What do I care? I'll be dead. But now my perspective has changed quite a bit. Not everybody needs to know the documented details of a person's life. And a woman's heart can have some secrets and have some things in them, in their lives that they don't need to share. And so as I consider my journals, I realize now, as I'm reaching almost 60, my daughters are in their 30s, they don't need all those details. They need to go live their own life. And they'll understand me enough by the books and the stories that I write, because I can integrate all of those stories. And so in my current journal, I had written what I was going to do with my journals. So I'm going to share that with you first. Basically, I was talking about big changes coming, and I need to trust my knowing, and I must be patient. So I'm pulling the house together to eliminate all my possessions. So one of them that I wanted to do is a new epiphany to begin my healing journey was I can trim down the amount of my journals by only keeping those with growth lessons, spiritual guidance. I could reread from a new lens and perspective and decide to review my history in a different light. Keep some entries for future writing projects, i.e., for example, character development, story ideas, narrative and settings, thoughts, feelings, emotions. But some of the mundane day-to-day or a relationship I'd like to not remember or have the future descendant read about, not everything needs to be revealed. And I just had a vision premonition that this is how I'll begin my healing journey. Start from the beginning. Keep what's important for growth purposes, but untether, release, let go of the words that are holding me back. I saw myself reading my life and writing notes at the beach in Sedona, between clients or on days I have none. Purge, reflect, recall, rewrite, and then ceremonially, ritualistically, burn the unnecessary journals. Even just writing these words feels healing, like a true letting go of the past. I will be free to write the stories of healing if I really review my life again with fresh perspective, a mission to understand me better. And the act of rewriting my narrative to find my soul's story and burning the old narrative in a sacred space feels like exactly what God is leading me to do. So I will rip a page and use it as kindling for a campfire and watch the paper burn as the words disappear in the ash. Burn sage along with it. That is how I will begin to heal. I see myself pulling out pages after having read that chapter and saved documented elements to keep and celebrating letting it all go into the fire transforming their energies to spread healing and light. So that is what I wrote in this particular journal. And this is how I keep my journals. This is what I write in. This is a 5-subject college ruled paper. And this is the journal I'm currently working on. And there's a reason for the color red, which I'll probably reveal in other videos. But for the purposes of understanding the vastness, these are the journals that I've already got prepared to take with me in my trailer and store. I've always kept them in my closet, the safest space I could imagine, where I can keep an eye on them and where they're available to me to pull out whenever, I don't know, needed to reflect or look back on a time or whatever, or remember. And I always find healing in them because I see how far I've come, or I see how something worked out anyway. And that's really one of the benefits of journaling. And I don't know anybody who has kept this up as long as I have, which just basically validates that I'm a writer. That's what I am. Will I be a famous and successful and make money at it? Follow me and find out. But here are the journals that I've put them in chronological order, and I've sealed them so that they're easily accessible for me in the trailer when I begin this project. And then it'll be a step-by-step and I will document that. But I wanted to show that here they all are here. So you can see they're stacked in bags by multiple. So I have this first bag here is childhood, 1979 to 1993. Like I said, there's going to be some years that weren't there. And then I have bag number 2, bag number 3, 4, 5. All right. And then I even have one that I titled this one, Resources, Project Notes, Non-Journal Projects, Stories, and Notes. And then here I have a bag of up until current July 2022. And then the red one that I just showed you, this is the current one that I am working on. And this book is number 44. 44 journals that I'm going to be, literally they're books that I'm going to be reading and purging and saving stories. And I know that I am a writer because I have a folder in my computer that has folders of book ideas and book titles and notes and even chapters that have been written. And there's probably 25 of them in there. And I know that the details of why I would have started that, the idea that sprouted, is in one of these journals. And I also know that the life experiences that I had are going to reveal thoughts and emotions of a woman that specific age in that specific situation. And I might even have story settings that I would have forgotten about that are all great material for these books that I intend to write. And will love doing them as I go through this new journey and learning process of things that I'm interested in. So this is video. I just wanted this one to be my last one that I do in my closet because I'm no longer going to have it. And I'll be living in a trailer for an undetermined amount of time. And this is my choice. With the COVID, it also opened up my opportunities to do telehealth. So doing therapy sessions on video or telephone. And my clients like it as well. And so I realized that as this was happening, that I could live and work remotely and be in different places where I really want to be. And being as a single woman and reaching my 60s, something I never thought I would want to do is take off by myself. I never thought I would want to be so separated from my family, but I'm realizing I have learned that it is right now, it's a necessity for me. I must do this. So I don't know where I'm going. I have general plans, but I don't know where it's going to lead. And rather than document the journal journey in a journal, seems redundant, right? I'm going to document the journey of the journals in video. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Right now, the date today is September 18th, 2022. In 11 days, I will turn 59. And in 11 days, I will be in Mesa, Arizona with my very dear old friend, Lene, who we've known each other since we were 8. And we have a journey to take together. And I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know where it's going to lead. And that is where I'm going to begin the journey of the journals project. Video recording this as a documentation for I don't know what purpose, but here it begins.